Hello everyone and welcome back to PAX and Recreation, and today we are here to open a thing. It's certainly a thing. In this case we're going to open a Omega Booster, a Dominaria United Omega Booster. Now what is an Omega Booster? I don't know myself, so it was sold to me as an Omega Booster. Actually, there was this Lord of the Rings Omega Booster that I was like, oh, that has to be crazy, and it cost like $80 or something like that, and I was like, well, that has to be some crazy stuff, because I mean, we don't chase the Lord of the Rings anymore. I mean, yes, you have the rings still, the other ones, the other serialized rings, but those are cool and those are worth money, but no one cares, quote unquote. Like, people were after the One Ring, right? And the One Ring was banned, so that lost some value, but everyone was after the One Ring because it was like the lottery. So everyone knew that whoever pulled the One Ring, someone will buy it, basically Post Malone. And that was the case. So now that the One Ring is off, the value of a lot of the Lord of the Rings products went down, right? And the hype for Lord of the Rings and all that just went down. Now everything is Marvel, right? So I tried to order that one. I was like, well, it has to come with something weird, because I don't know, no pictures or anything. And then it was canceled because some, distributor issues or whatever. I was like, okay. But then Dominaria United one appeared, and I was like, oh, what is an Omega Booster? And apparently, it's just a collector booster, but in a very pretty box. Like, it is one collector. It's not a collector booster box, people. Okay, just to be clear, this is a collector booster box, and mind you, it is smaller than this thing. This is one. This, I mean, unless there is a surprise here, but is one collector booster, right? It has to say it somewhere here. It says contents 16 cards in English. Imported to Canada, blah, 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 right? So it's one collector booster, one, in this box. And this is a collector booster box from one of the best sets ever, Murders at Cattle Manor. And look at this. 12 boosters. Look at this. What the hell? And remember when I did the Innistrad Remaster Collector Booster box, the first one, and I said, it's a shame that they do the boxes so pretty, because you never grab this thing from a shelf, blah, 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 blah. Well, apparently someone was listening, because this is for that. This is one collector booster, which is, like, depending on where you buy it, between 15 to 30 bucks, and from Dominaria United, which is them recycling stock, I guess, because this thing is old, but in a very pretty box, which I gotta give it to them. The box is actually freaking pretty, and it's freaking beautiful. And, it's like, I'm trying to vandalize it to see like how easy it will be for people to stall from this, but apparently not that much. So, well, that's the background, in case you're interested. That's the of like, what the hell is this? A Omega Booster from Dominaria United, which is just a collector booster, but in a pretty box. It has these things to, hang it from a display in a Walmart, I guess, which is the whole idea for this. And, make history with legendary boosters. Protect the present with the secrets of the past found in Dominaria United Collector Boosters. Each booster contains a brand new texture foils, traditional foils, stained glass cards, and more. Plus, if you look back far enough, you may even find an original long-lost Legends card from 1994. It's like, whoa, that's crazy, right? And you have all the codes and all that thing, and you're supposed to open it here. It's a shame, because I will tell you something, this box is pretty beautiful, but, well, I gotta suffer for content, right? So let's open it. It's even worse, because this type of opening thing means that it's one way only, like you can't reuse the box. And it's even prettier. This is awful. This thing is pretty. This thing is amazing looking for like a booster. Well, I guess you could reuse this, more or less. More or less. I mean, I don't know how, but yeah, I guess you could reuse this, right? Like in, you know, Wizards, if you want to indulge people like me, like if you want to keep this, cool, just put a hinge here or something. So like we could just like, you know, close this like, and it stays closed, so we can put cards in here or something. I know what could we put, I mean, well, if you keep this tray, I guess. Oh, it's glued to the thing. That's cool. Well, the anti-stealing thing, because of course, it's just a yellow thing. And it's glued. Not bad. With one of those boogers that I actually find very, very cool playing with, but I'm not 5 years old anymore, so. See, not bad. I mean, I guess like you can put cards in here or something and just like use it, reuse it. I guess. I mean, it's cardboard, people. But like the box is freaking great for this. Like like logistically, because you know the price of this is whatever. You know, let's talk economics for a second. The price of this, the value of something is a subjective concept that depends on the will of the people, kind of. Like if society agrees that this thing is worth $30, then it is worth $30 because people are paying $30 for it. And that's where, you know, offer and demand come in, because if there is only a few boosters of these, then people will be like, well, I'm not selling it for 30, I'm selling it for 60. As long as people pay 60 for it, it will be worth 60, and so on. And that's the whole concept for Magic the Gathering and speculation and card games, right? If you have an expensive card, it's only expensive because people agree that that card has that value, right? That's the whole thing. But in the real world, in the real physical world, and like, this is cardboard. So this cost them like, I don't know, 10 cents to make or something like that, because they had the mass production thing. So technically, because this is Wizards trying to get rid of old stock. So technically, because this is already done, this packaging with all this foiling and this whole thing, technically, my guess is this is more expensive to make than the cards that are inside here. And yet, this thing is worth like, I don't know, $30, and the cards that are here are worth more because we agree that that's the value, even though this is more cardboard. So enough with the rant. Let's open this and let's see what's in here. Fun fact, I'm complaining that this is a rerun of sorts. See, like this is real collector booster material, not like the initial ones. I don't know what happened with that set. I'm complaining that this is a rerun, but funny enough, I never opened a collector booster from Dominaria United, I think. Well, check the back catalog, but I think I never did. So I only opened like samples. And these ones were from, see, this is from before Wizards decided that the dramatic way, or the YouTuber-friendly way of showing you just the big pics first was the way to go. So here, we should just do it in the hand. Tangled Eyelet, Hammerhand, Gitu Amplifier, closer, Coalition Warbrute, Battlewing Mystic, Warhost Frenzy. Okay, this is, I was about to say this is worth the price of admission. It's not, but these arts, I love these fucking lands. Like, these lands are great, brother. Like, these things are cool. The stained glass thing, great. Squee Dubious Monarch, although I don't know who decided that stained glass was the thing for Dominaria United. I'm not against it. I don't know why it was decided that it was aesthetic, but I like it. Some people hate this. Although I think that people hate this type of card, not these ones. I think that with lands, people are more like flexible. But Squee Dubious Monarch, not a bad pool there. Shivan Devastator, which is to Shivan Dragon the equivalent of when Yu-Gi-Oh! Re-releases an old card but with a new name. Like Celtic Guardian or like Obnoxious Celtic Guardian. Here's the same. It's like you had Shivan Dragon, but Shivan Dragon is whatever. So now you have Shivan Devastator. It's like, love it. Tiller Engine or Tyler Engine? Tiller Engine? I don't know. Not bad in full art. That's kind of cool. It's from the Commander decks, if I am not mistaken. Rona, Sheldred's Faithful. This card is beautiful. The card is whatever, and I don't like Ron as a character, but the card is beautiful. Ramirez de Pietro Pillager, which is not the Ghost. The Ghost appears in another set, which is Ghost of Ramirez de Pietro, and so on. This is an edge foil. I forgot we had this for a while because they haven't reappeared. Ivy, Gleeful Spell Thief, not bad. Although this one, This one is not as pretty, and I think this card will greatly benefit from having foil, a foil treatment, but I digress. Soul Canard the Tainted. Not bad. Also, I think this one will benefit from being foil, kind of confusing there. At the beginning of your end step, I don't know this card, so let me see. Elemental Demon, 2, 1 blue, 1 black, 1 red. At the beginning of your end step, choose one that hasn't been chosen. We got a bunch of commanders here, by the way. I think this is when they started with the whole legendary craziness in the new gen. Draw a card. Each opponent loses 2 life, and you gain 2 life, and Soul Canard the Tainted deals 3 damage to up to 1 other type creature planeswalker, and exile Soul Canard and return it to the battlefield under an opponent's control. Ooh, drag to the bottom, full art foil. Not bad. This card actually looks pretty badass. And this is when they did that type of foil, it's almost like a mirror. It's like dangerously bright. And last but not least, a elemental token that is also a soldier token. So not bad. I mean, gonna be honest with you, I didn't buy this for the for the booster, right? And it's a fairly short video, so you're welcome. You can leave early this time. But I just was very intrigued by this thing. Some of the craziest Magic the Gathering products are basically wizards trying to get into, you know, Walmart and Target and all that. So they are trying to get into these big retailer stores and sell stuff that normally they can't sell there to normal people in some way or shape or form. And sometimes they do shitty products, sometimes they do cooler products. If this thing costs more or less the same as a booster, as a collector booster, well, if you are into buying collector boosters, not bad, I guess. You get a interesting, weird, cool box with it, I guess. Very pretty box, I have to say. But if not, then this is just like a display piece. This is like whatever. This is the type of thing that like your grandma or your aunt or whatever, like, you know, the stereotypical like person in your life that wants to support your interests, but they don't necessarily know the details of your interests. This is the type of thing that they will buy because they see collector, it shines, it costs like $30. So it's like, oh, this is mildly expensive. So I guess the value in here is good. And Wizards gets rid of old stock, which is a win-win, but not really, because, you know, just buy the singles. But, you know, I guess that if my one family member gives me this on holiday or some other occasion, I will be like, oh, that's cool. I mean, for certain, the box won my heart, right? Now, how much they pay for it? If you can get it for less or more or less the price of what a current Dominaria United collector booster goes for, it's harmless, right? It's just a prettier, bigger box. If they are trying to charge you more for this, just, you know, there is nothing of value extra here besides the booster. And the box is cool and I love it and all that, but let's be realistic. Even though I'm trying to make a use for it, this is trash. Most people are going to open it and just throw it away, and that's it, right? So it is what it is. Let me know what you think about this product and this type of strategies, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and all those cool things that you could do with all these hands. And I could see you next time on PAX and Recreation. Bye.